and your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200-something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer and explorer. Going into space. Mathematics. Quantum mechanics. The secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shatter your mind. Talking about Justin Bieber.
Hello out there. Arnie boy, we're on the air. We're on the air, man. Happy Friday. What the hell's going on behind me here? Scram, white screen. Let's get the visionaries up there. Happy Friday, everybody. It is a beautiful, beautiful frickin' day here today. And I apologize for being a little bit late. Probably the latest start to a show we've ever had. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Because here in the prairies of Canada, we only get about 3 months of summer. And about half of those 3 months are raining. The other half of those 3 months are mosquitoes or wildfires or tornadoes or floods. So yesterday was a nice night. Got to play some golf on our Thursdays, and it is what it is. I think I went to bed after 1 a.m. last night because I got home pretty late. So it's either we do it a little bit late or we don't do it at all. And I'm thinking most people, if you're here watching this today, you would prefer that we did it, even though we're late. So the show today is titled Leaving the World Better Than I Found It. And it's going to be a good conversation today, I think, an important one. Because there's too many people out there, in my opinion, who are waiting for someone else to do the work for them. When it's really not that complicated. There's a couple different things you can do every single day, throughout the day, that will make the world a better place. And you know, if everybody, not everybody's going to do that, but if more and more people decided to do that and actually took action themselves and took some personal responsibility, understand that there's no sense worrying about things that are out of your control. You know, I really believe that we could change. We could be the change sooner than people realize. And the reality is that nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save us. We can't rely on any person, any politician, any company, anybody. It's up to us. It's up to me. It's up to you. It's up to Arnie boy, although he does a pretty good job of doing what he needs to do, which is putting a smile on my face every single day. And a lot of people here do the same. So shout out to the people who are here today. Looks like we got a couple things going on over in Rumble. We should start with that probably. Let's start with that today. I want to start with actually Bill. Bill sent in a 6102 attack to our rescue dog fund last night. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. One of the biggest supporters of this channel throughout the last year or so. So thank you, Bill. I very much appreciate that. And it will go to very good use someday. Whenever the world realizes the value of Bitcoin and our sats are worth a little bit more, then we're going to put up a nice big rescue dog shelter here on this property. It's going to be pretty cool. We got to cut down some trees, a lot of trees, but they'll be put to good use. And I got big plans for it. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm in no rush. And you got to have some, you definitely got to have some urgency in your life, because Who knows? Who knows? We know that life expectancy is one of the biggest psyops out there because people kind of take their time, their years for granted. But you also can't force anything. You can't rush anything. You have to understand that the world, the universe, and even Bitcoin doesn't work on our timelines. Doesn't work on our timeline. So we just got to be ready for when it is and be prepared for it. Be open to it. That's the most important part. Be open to it because it's going to happen. And we have the ability to make change based on our decisions throughout the days on how fast this happens, on how fast this transition from the old world to the new world happens. But so thank you, Bill. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to title today. No, we'll just go Fat Zap Friday. It is Fat Zap Friday today. Fat Zap Friday. I think that today is going to be the biggest. We've had some big ones, big Fridays lately, but I got a good feeling about today. I really do. Okay, so we got a balance in Zap stream. We should be good there. Who's there? Let's see. Yes, so far so good. We're off to a hot start. We got Sats and Sunset zapping 6600 for show 66. Thank you, Sats and Sunsets. And before we go any further here, actually, I need to give a couple shout outs. So number one, this is for Jenny Legendary. Jenny Legendary had a Satoshi hat trick yesterday, also known as a Sat trick. So we had Sats and Sunsets with a fat zap to start the show today. And we can't miss our guy, Chuck. Chuck also had a Satoshi hat trick yesterday. And I apologize to Jenny and Chuck. I forgot to play the video yesterday. I definitely acknowledged the Sat tricks yesterday. But I realized as I was driving to golf that I had forgot to put the video on. So this one's for Chuck. So thank you, Chuck. Again, that is for supporting the show. We have no sponsors on the show. Zero sponsors. Never have, never will. Hopefully. Well, no, that's not hopefully. That's the truth. Because the day that I have to reach out and get a sponsor, that'll be the last show that we do. So that was my promise from day one, and it will be a promise till day, who knows, that we will never have sponsors. So we rely on the community here. We rely on the value for value. And we've been able to do it somehow, some way. And man, it's pretty cool. So thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Chuck. And also we got David T with a Fat Zap Friday. David T's regular 420 with a little bit more in there, making it a fat zap for this Friday. Thank you, David T. We got Chuck with a shot of espresso and a little bit of cinnamon on top. Thank you, Chuck. Letha's here. Letha the icon with Happy Friday with a King Zap today. Letha with the King Zap. Thank you, Letha. And Duncan's over there with a big all caps Happy Friday and a row of sixes. I like that. I like that. We were trained to believe that the 666 was a bad number that we should be fearful of. That evil number 666, but that is not true. Once you do a little bit digging, once you escape from the matrix, you start seeing some new things that you never knew before. And it turns out, oddly enough, that they weren't just lying about this thing or that thing as well. They lied about everything for our entire existence so far. So Bitcoin is here to change that. I believe that. That's why I show up here every day, obviously to hang out with you beautiful ladies and gentlemen, but also because I do believe that Bitcoin is the solution. Bitcoin is a tool that we can use to make sure that nobody can destroy history anymore and alter the record books. The ledger of humanity is being recorded now on the Bitcoin time chain. That's pretty cool. Most people don't get that. Most people still, even if they have some Bitcoin, they have no idea the capability of what Bitcoin can do and is going to do to our future. So thank you, Duncan. Bitcoin is going to be a way for us to preserve truth. Bitcoin is a way for us to preserve truth. And I know there's a lot of arguments between BIP 110 and Core and OpReturn and Adam Back and Matthew Cratter and Michael Saylor and whoever else. Lots of arguing in Bitcoin right now. It's chaos. But Bitcoin is. It anchors us to reality. And it is much more than money, I believe. Even though I believe it is money, I do use it as money, but it's much more than money in my mind. So that's because I'm a Bitcoiner, because I'm running an economic node, I can vote. I can talk about it. I can say whatever the hell I want, but I can also vote with my economic power. And that's going to be the future. There's going to be no more mail-in ballots, no more stolen elections, no more bullshit, no more changing history anymore. We are anchored to reality now, and nobody has the ability to erase our history, our ledger. Heck yeah. Heck frickin' yeah. God, that's cool. God, that's cool. You know, if everybody understood, if everybody knew what we know, Bitcoin's price would be in the millions of dollars per coin, minimum. Probably the tens of millions, maybe more. But the good thing for us is that we are the ones who understand that. We are the ones who know that. We are the ones with the information. And so therefore we can act on that. We can take advantage of that. And I had a really good day yesterday. I had a really good day. Had a good show, even though it went a little bit long, but we had some good discussions. I went on a couple rants on, I ranted on Matthew Cratter yesterday. Not a fan of that guy. He lost me. He's lost the plot. Hey, look at that. Heck yeah. I was looking all over the house for these. All over the house. I had to cut my toenail the other day, and I didn't know where these were, and I just found them on my desk. Yes. But I had a good day yesterday. Went into the city and played some golf. It was supposed to rain. Didn't rain a drop until we actually walked off the 18th green. Didn't get any rain. And I had my best round ever at the course that we played yesterday. Believe this or not. Even par round. And it wasn't just our regular course that we always play either. Because I parred that one a couple times. I actually have a ball right there. That's my 69 ball. 69, which I believe is 2 under at the course I usually play at. But last night I was even par. I had 16 pars, 1 bogey, 1 birdie. And I was pretty good. We won the match. We were down 3. We came back, and I think we won by 2 in the end of it. But it was a good, it felt good. It felt like I applied a lot of the things that I've been talking about for these last 6 months to a year into the game last night, which is pretty cool because golf to me is a reflection of life. It really is. It's a reflection of life. And I think that there's a lot of things that if you can master those in golf, you can definitely apply those to the real world and vice versa. And so I'm definitely far from mastery of anything. And anybody who claims they're an expert or a master of anything, they're blowing smoke up your ass. But the point is we're making progress. And it's pretty cool that you can have a round like that because I don't get to golf much. I should be golfing every day. I live very close to a golf course here. It's not in the cards for me. So it'd be one thing if I was putting in a lot of work and practicing and swing changes and short game work, but it's not. It's just it's a change up here. And I really believe that that's a big part of everything. Golf, being at the forefront of the conversation right now. But yeah, even par. I had a lot of birdie putts. None of them went in except for one, which I think was a tap in, a gimme. Fuck was that? Sound like Arnie fell. Hold on. I think he is. Anyways, that's my story. And I just had a couple. I had a couple epiphanies, I guess you'd say, during the round yesterday. And I added this was a funny one. I added remember that song that we've been playing, Ring My Bell? Ring My Bell. The song that they banned from casinos. Look it up. Look it up. Which song was banned by all casinos? It's called Ring My Bell by Anita Ward, I believe. But I added it to our golf playlist. Figured if people are winning in the casinos, which is a completely random rigged system, then I feel like that same energy, that same vibration would actually help on the golf course too. So I did. The song came on during the playlist. It was completely random. And I explained it to my golf partner. I said, they actually banned this song from casinos because it has such a good frequency and a vibration that people were winning too much. People were winning too much at the casinos. So they actually banned this song from all the casinos. And so it was playing. And I shit you not. This was the 17th hole it came on. We had just won the last hole to go one up, I believe. Or we were even, one of the two. But anyways, both of us ended up birdieing that hole 17. My partner actually had a 15-footer for eagle on that hole. So I don't know. Could be a coincidence. I don't know. But I had some also thoughts that are going to lead to some of the conversation today around leaving the world in a better place. So anyways, let's get to some chit chats here. Actually, sorry. I'm going to go over to Rumble. We got Sats and Sunsets. Okay, hold on. Hold the phones. Sats and Sunsets with a membership. And Morrow got it. Sats and Sunsets with a membership. Morrow was the recipient of that one. So thank you, Sats and Sunsets, and congrats to Morrow. And then look at this. Morrow, he says, get a sub, give back. Sends $10. Love that. Oh, I got to sneeze. Oh, no, not again. That's 3 days this week. I had a sneeze come on and it disappeared. That might have been the worst one. Morrow 21. My man. Morrow with $10. Get a sub, give it back. Happy Fiat Fat Zap Friday. Thank you, Morrow. Appreciate that, my man. And look at this. Sats and Sunsets with a Fiat Zap, $5. Says, here's to a new normal later start. Yeah, it might be, especially on Fridays. It's just not feasible for me to go to drive, get to bed after 1 a.m. and then wake up at my usual 6 a.m. I don't really want to compromise my mornings. I know that's kind of selfish, and I probably could make it work on time, but you know, my mornings are very precious to me. They really are, and especially when the weather's like this. So yes. Morrow said, I'm going to play Ring My Bell next to my bid accent. Hey, I mean, the thing about doing stuff like this, Morrow, crazy stuff like this, is that it's an asymmetric bet, because you do stuff like that and you can't lose. Like, there's no risk to it. Either it works or it doesn't, but there's no harm. There's no foul if it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, there's no cost. There's no cost to it. There's only upside. So it's like, why the hell not? I don't know. What do I know? So thank you, Sats and Sunsets. That is officially a Satoshi hat trick. The Sat trick for Sats and Sunsets today. It is the first, but will it be the last? Time will tell. So thank you, Sats and Sunsets. Cheers to you, my friend. Wow, we got 42 people over on Rumble today. Rumble, God bless. God bless. If you are one of the people who are watching but haven't chimed in yet, say hello. Say hello, because it actually does help. I'm not just saying it to, like, you know, get some algorithm bullshit going. It does help, because I have with the creator account on Rumble, I have to have X amount of people, unique chatters, they're called. So last month, and all the months I've been doing it so far, it's been 50 unique chatters in Rumble. So you just have to have 50 people in the chat, and that is one of your requirements checked off. But they increased it. They increased it for July to be 75, which is a pretty big boost. That's like a 50% boost, I think, right? 50% boost. So it's a little bit difficult. I'm hoping that's not going to be the one requirement that keeps us from earning a little bit of money on Rumble. But yeah, so if you're watching on Rumble today, tomorrow, whenever, just say hello. It's literally the easiest thing you can do that actually makes a big difference for the channel here. So I would appreciate it. Kind of mad at Rumble for doing that. But hey, it is what it is. That's life. They make the rules. And I can follow them or not. That's my choice. Okay, there we go. We got Chuck. Chuck, the first chat of the day. Not too far behind with Sats and Sunsets. The boys. Chuck, Sats and Sunsets. Good morning. We got the captain in the house. Ooh, that was a powerful salute. Captain says, good morning, visionaries. Good morning, Captain. Good to see you, my friend. Mark, Bob, Stewie, the boys says, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Mark. Good to see you, my friend. Ginger's here. Good morning, Ginger. Ginger with a very simple but effective good morning. Maria 2500 says happy Friday, visionaries. Yeah, even though you might not be a part of the visionaries community, if you're watching the stream right now, you are definitely a visionary. But you should make it official. Join the school. Join the school or fuck off. Just kidding. But I understand. Not everybody has the ability to support the mission here financially. I get it. But if you are one of those people, make sure that if you enjoy what we're doing here, if you want to continue, then make sure you check the boxes of the free stuff, the likes, the subscribes, the reposting it on Nostr, all this kind of stuff. It helps for those who don't have the financial means to do it. Leave the Bitcoin world a better place than you found it today. Support your fellows. Support the fellow idiots who are putting their face online talking about the Epstein coin. Scotty Boy's here. Scotty on Rumble says, hello, is this the right place to be the change? Good morning, Scotty. Or good evening to you. Bitcoin Barber says, good morning, buttcoiners. Good morning, buttcoiners from Bitcoin Barber. Barber says, good morning, Jor. Heading to Colorado. I will be listening in the background. Cheers, Bitcoin Barber. Have a safe drive, my friend. We got Andre. Wow, everybody's here today. It is Friday. Everybody shows up on the Friday. It is the best show usually of the week. They're all pretty good. Who am I kidding? I mean, they're all either good or bad, depending on who you are. But there's really no difference in the shows. We don't do anything different on Fridays. It's just usually a little bit better vibe, I guess. The vibrations are a little bit higher. We're all in a good mood. Everybody's happy for the weekend. I don't know. In fact, we usually talk about way less meaningful things on Friday. We just kind of shoot the shit. We're shooting it. Andre Stack Sats, also known as Andre Invest and Stack Sats, is on Rumble today. Good morning, Andre. Styles Row, Robert. Good morning, everyone. TGIF. Good morning, Robert. The money isn't broken. It's specifically designed to extract your life force without you noticing. Oh, we're going to leave that up there for a minute or two. We're going to leave that one up there for a minute or two. That is the absolute truth. I got to make sure I didn't miss any. Sometimes I miss activity in the Rumble chats because I fall behind from too early in the show, I mean. So if you did send a membership or a fiat zap and I didn't give you any sort of credit, let me know, because mine starts actually, my chat starts at Andre right now. So Zuzan's here. Good morning, Zuzan. Sue. Great to see you, Sue. Morrow says, good morning, fam. Canada. I hope you all safe from the fires. USA, have a steak and avoid lettuce diarrhea. Frick. Bad week to be a vegan. Bad week to be a vegan. I've just been munching steaks. Just been munching beef. Just one after the other. Just piling them in. Although I might have pizza tonight. It's Friday. I don't want to work too hard on a Friday night. I want to have a nice beer or 2 or 3, who knows, and have a pizza. But man, I've been munching beef. Fuck lettuce. I used to have a guy that played on my hockey team. Funny guy. I don't know, forget if he was the captain that year or not, but he was a funny guy, good guy. And he always wore just this very simple black t-shirt that just said fuck lettuce. I don't know why. I don't think he hated. It was just a funny shirt. It will always stand out in my mind. Just said fuck lettuce. Keep in mind, this is from a small town in the prairies. So there's not too many vegetarians out here, we'll say. Jenny says 26 ducks, but they keep swimming in and out of frame. We didn't do the contest today. Shit, I forgot. Rich is here. Good morning, Rich. There's the membership from Sats and Sunsets. There's the recipient of it. Morrow says, hell yeah. Hell yeah. David T, Primal video doesn't load still, but Zap still works. What the hell, Primal? You fricks. You frick shows. Look at this. We got Mateo's over in Zapstream, Zap to 420 for our Bob Marley Zap, 420. Also known as the David T Zap. Shout out to our 420 lovers out there. A lot of 420, the old cannabis, the weed, is making a comeback. Making a comeback from the good old days. I don't know. I think weed is probably much more healthy for you overall. I know neither of them are good for you. I know. But between weed and liquor, I think that weed is probably healthier, especially if you're, doing it the right way. Growing your own plants, harvesting, chopping, rolling. I'd say that it comes from the earth, so it's really hard to debate that. It's a plant. But thank you, Mateo. And Moravian's here. Moravian is here with the Moravian Zap. Love to see that. The biggest one of the day so far that I've seen. We'll check on some zaps here right away. But thank you, Moravian, for the Moravian Zap. I actually love that word and name, Moravian. I don't know why. I don't even know what it means. It just flows off the tongue nice. Moravian. So thank you, fellas. Muting the quacks. Well, I had it pretty quiet. Sats and Sunsets. Is this the right place to fall asleep to Earl? Have you been falling asleep to Earl? That's a good way to close off the day. Earl. He's got a very soothing voice. No doubt about that. I hope one day. He also sounds like he smoked a lot of cigarettes, though, Earl. He had a very deep voice, which I like. I like myself, but is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe I got to take up smoking. I'll think about it. I feel like smoking's making a comeback too. I saw a theory the other day that society went to shit since people stopped smoking cigarettes. I kind of see it. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I see it. I do see it. There's also a theory that the world went to shit after the 1999 Woodstock concert with Limp Bizkit. Break Stuff. You ever see that video? Man, that I don't know. If you see that video, I don't think anybody would debate that if humans really wanted to, if we put aside all of our differences and all the fucking conquer and divide strategy bullshit and the sports and the politics, if we put all that aside and we went after our main enemy here, which is fiat. I know it's not as sexy as like Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst up on stage, but like, man, if you put all of our power and energy together, we could overtake this whole world in about a day. And if you watch that video, 1999 Woodstock with Limp Bizkit singing Break Stuff and how powerful just oh man, it just gives me goosebumps even thinking about that video. Absolutamente. Hey, I think I need to that name looks familiar. Why? I think that was the guy that wanted to pay for membership in Sats. I think that was, right? That was? I think so. Where can I find the Alex intro? I actually don't know, man. I could probably send it to you. I found it on Nostr one day and I just started using it. No idea who made it. I should give them credit for it, but I don't know where it came from. So I've just claimed it. Finders keepers, suckers. It sounds like Canadian weather sucks. I mean, not all Canadian weather. Like on the West Coast, like where Forrest lives, it's actually pretty good weather though. Although I think they have a lot of cloudy, rainy days there, which I wouldn't like. But they definitely don't have as harsh of winters here. I don't think anybody does, to be honest with you. Other than like way up north, like Yukon, even northern parts of Manitoba. Like if you look into Churchill, Manitoba, which would be straight that way. Churchill, Manitoba. They got fucking polar bears there, man. Polar bears. You can't drive to Churchill. There's no roads. So that's the province that I live in. It's pretty much right below the North Pole. There's polar bears there. The northern tip, the northern hemisphere. But Scotty says small zap Saturday. Thank you, Scotty. Mateo says only if you grow your own. Yeah, I know. I want to start growing my own. That's a future goal for me. We can do it here legally too. I could probably push the boundaries a little bit, but what's the point? I could probably make more than I would need. You know what I mean? But yeah, might take up smoking. Sound like Earl. I'm pretty sure Earl would have been a smoker. Most people were at that point in life. Jor, I've sent you an email. Okay, yeah, that was you. Okay. I'm pretty sure I replied to it though, didn't I? I don't know. I'm shitty in email. I need an assistant. Jake, 21 hats. Good morning, Jake. Good to see you, buddy. BTC Backpacker says, listening on the road with the family. Keep up the great work. Whoops. Backpacker kids, hodler, flipper, anonymous. I'm just joking. I'm not going to take up smoking just to change my voice. You should not smoke. Oh, or if you want to, then do it. I don't care. But it is not healthy. But I feel like there's certain pros. There's certain pros. I would say the big cons of smoking would be potentially a shorter life, but no guarantees. You can never smoke a cigarette in your life and still get lung cancer. You can never smoke a cigarette in your life and get hit by a train. So potential to have your life cut short. Number two is like, it definitely affects your breathing, like your lungs. And I don't know. It's just, for me, it's much better to have a good flow of oxygen coming in. The lungs are important. Also, you smell pretty bad, especially directly after smoking. I'd say that's the least important one because you could probably mask that or find ways around it. But the pros would be you look like a badass. You get a nice deep voice. And in golf, here's another cool pro. In golf, the boys always used to smoke cigarettes to test the wind. So these days, you take a piece of grass and you throw it up and you see what the wind's doing, what direction, how hard it is. So you can kind of make some calculations with it. But in the old days, the boys didn't have time to pick up grass. So they would just hammer cigarettes on the course. And so then when they would exhale, they could see which direction the wind's blowing. Pretty smart, honestly. But was it worth it? I don't know. So just like anything in life, there's probably a balance. There's good and bad with everything. So, but yeah, I'm not going to, I'm just joking. This is kind of a joking conversation, but to the Packer kids out there, I don't want to be a bad influence on them. Bitcoin is the printer press of money. Humanity opportunity to divide money and state the same way using the printing press we divided the church and state. Am I too extreme? One friend of mine says so. No, absolutely not. You are on the path. Duncan says, happy Friday, everyone. Good morning, Duncan. Duncan also had a big fat zap over in the zap streams. Gringo Poppy says, do you have another job, Joe, a remote job? No. You think I could just do 2.5 hour streams if I had a job? You don't think my employer would be like, Jor, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? All you're doing is drinking espressos and hanging out with Arnie and a bunch of weirdo Bitcoiners in the chat. No, I don't have a job. I find a way to make it work, man. That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. This November will be my 5th anniversary of not having a job. I find a way to make it work. I had to sell a lot of Bitcoin when I quit my job. Had to sell my rental house, had to sell a lot of my other investments to squeak by for a while. I had to use a line of credit for a while, but we're getting back, and I've never been in a better place financially than I am right now, which is kind of cool. So shout out to me. Shout out to me. We got some big aspirations around here, that's for sure. But I'm very happy. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm very thankful that I'm able to do this. But yeah, it's not just the stream. Like I don't make a ton of money from YouTube. It's actually laughable what YouTube pays people on there. Rumble, a little bit better actually than YouTube, which is not hard to achieve, but most would be surprised by that. I do a lot of like one-on-one consulting with people. So for people who want, help setting up their hardware device, sending Bitcoin, if they're having any issues with it, I do a lot of just like security audits where people will set up a call with me for half an hour and just, say, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. What are my next steps? And then that usually leads to more work with those people because they're, happy and impressed, I guess, with how things go. So that's a big part of it. And then of course the community, the Visionaries community is, we had the Living in the Future, which turned into the Visionaries community. So there's, this is what I talk about. This is the stuff. And it's, I'm not just blowing smoke here. I'm living this, where you never want to be reliant on a job or one single source of income because it could be gone anytime. So you want to make yourself very robust. And so I have a lot of different streams of income, and none of them are, I don't think one of them would be more than 50% of the wheel. And so they're all just small. They're just kind of like, I like thinking about it. I think it was actually Bitcoin Ben who gave me the idea of that, the wheel of income. So you picture a wheel, and each stream of income you have is a different multiple stream of income. So each spoke is a different source of income, and you want to add as many spokes to that wheel to make it more, to make it stronger. I also like the analogy of thinking of your wealth, I guess, your financial wealth in terms of like an ocean. And so everybody well, I don't know if everybody does. My cousin, who's a kindergarten teacher, she thought the ducks hibernated. So I don't know if everybody knows this, but like oceans, you have waterways flowing into them. Rivers, streams, lakes, probably not lakes, but streams. So you think of your financial wealth, your Bitcoin, your investments, your cash. Think of that as like an ocean. And so you want to have as many streams coming into that ocean as possible so it doesn't dry up, right? So you create as many different rivers flowing into that ocean as possible. And the more you have, the bigger the ocean gets. It expands. And so that's how I think about it. Think of, that's why I like the ocean too, because it seems more abundant, ocean, abundance, flowing in. I like that analogy. Oh yeah, man, there's a lot of chats here, folks. I'm doing my best here. I guess I should shut up a little bit. Okay, I think we just read this one, right? Yep. Solar Satoshi's in the chat. Look at that guy. Solar, good to see you, buddy. Lewis is here. Good morning, Lewis. What the F tips on Rumble or on chain? I know. But it's better than nothing. We've actually had, what's my balance on Rumble? Oh, it looks like we got a new subscriber. Give him a shout out. God bless. Who was it? Mateo Hoddle. Love that. Mateo came from the Zap streams to join us on Rumble. I appreciate that, Mateo, very much. Very much, my friend. What do I got in the wallet right now? $37.62 worth of money in my tip wallet. The biggest tip we received, I believe, was from Letha. I think it was from Letha. We had somebody sent in 6969. I think that was Andre. Bry Guy Money showed up for a couple days. He was actually the one who told me to join the creator program. So shout out to Bry Guy B Money, man. That guy actually has made me some money through the last 6 months here. And you can send USDT over there too. So yeah, it's not ideal, but it's still kind of cool. It's still kind of cool that Rumble adopted Bitcoin. I'm really bullish on Rumble. Tether, and 21 Capital. I know it's taken a big shit in the in the chart, but I really have a lot of belief in Jack Mallers and Paulo from Tether and what they're going to be able to build. And they actually work with Rumble. I don't know if they're investors or board of directors. I don't know, but I don't know. I think the online world is going to look quite a bit different in a few years from now with different stuff going on. How much cost you playing golf? Usually it's about, I got 2 drinks when I showed up at the course yesterday. Long drinks, man, those are good. I don't like gin. I'm not a gin guy, but long drinks, man, crushing those on the golf course is just like no hangover either. Love long drinks. So I got 2 drinks and the round of golf last night was $76. So it's actually really cheap. Here, if you wanted to play 9 holes, I think it's $20. Membership here cost me about $500. So, but I mean, it's the small town. It's not like a premier course. The one I played last night is actually a nice course. It's just kind of out of in BF nowhere. So they don't get a whole lot of, it's on a military base actually. Is Arnie all right? Yeah, he's all right. He's kicking, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Cindeezy's here. Good morning, Cindeezy. Jenny says, hands off my sat says, sure, we know you're pooping. I mean, you're not right. You're not wrong. Cedar Sats, I'm late, but I'm here. I was the same today. That's exactly what I was. I'm late, but I'm here. Good to see you, Cedar. Happy Friday to you. Frumble, Letha, Frumble 2021 says, hello, Rumble. Hello, Letha. Great to see you. I love seeing Letha everywhere, but it's nice to see her face on the profile picture there. Good morning, Letha. And thank you for the big zap over in Zap Stream today. Damn Canadian wildfires blotting out the sun and creating toxic air. I know. Well, that's what I said on Noster today. Maybe if the Liberal government just adds one more climate tax, I think we have 3 already. So if we get the 4th climate tax, we should have that solved by next year. $1.52. Plastic's here. Good morning, Plastic. Kev Keith says, happy Friday, Redneck Rumblers. Good morning, Kev. And it looks like Jenny's doing something here. Looks like she gave, look at this, Jenny Legendary. She got, looks like a membership for Letha. Thank you, Jenny. And congrats, Letha. And Jenny wasn't done there. She got another one, and Solar got it. Jenny, Memby times 2. Thank you, Jenny. Congrats, Letha. Congrats, Solar. the fuck lettuce guy knew. Yeah, probably. I don't think that he's a what are those called? Clairvoyant? Could be though. He'd be the last person I would guess to be that though. He's a beauty. I have a nice fillet in the fridge. Ooh, nice. What kind of fish? I want to get some fish. Although I like I like catching fish off the lake in the cold versus the summertime. They're way better when they're cold. Blessed. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. She says, of course. Just Jenny being Jenny. Weed is much healthier, although it made me lazy and paranoid. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're doing it wrong, but you can definitely be very productive. It would also depend on the strain, I think, of weed. Because if you have the wrong strain, you could be very lazy. I think it's called indica couch. Very lazy. And but I don't know. Like, I'm not an expert in it, but I do know that there are people who are very functional with it. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't think you ever want to be reliant on it. But I don't know. I've had pretty good experiences through the years with it. As long as you like we've been talking about, as long as you kind of know where it comes from. I actually did have a scary experience back in, fuck, that would have been, this is bad to say. This is bad to say, but I kind of figure out, I have my own life timelines based on like the girls I've dated. Because then you know who you were with at the time. So that would have been 3 ago. 3 ago. I haven't had too many girlfriends, believe that or not. Every time I end up single, I don't last very long in single, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, it is what it is. But so that would have been 3 ago. So it would have been like 2012, 2013 at a music festival, actually. No, it would have been before that, 2011 probably. Music festival-ish. And I don't know. I hadn't really done too much of it at that point in my life. Like, I never really did it in high school or even college. But at a music festival, somebody gave it to me, and I was into the beers. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I'm pretty sure it was laced with something, because my heart was just like out of my chest. I had to hop on the bus and go home, and I literally thought I was going to die. So I'm pretty sure it was laced with something. And so I've been pretty careful since then to really pay attention to, you know, who I'm getting it from, whether I know them, whether I trust them, what they're like. You have to. And unfortunately, I had to learn that the hard way. But yeah, that was a scary experience for me. But yeah, I mean, if you're responsible with it, it's a plant. Hey, speaking of that, Bluntman Bitcoin is here. Says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bluntman. Poison ivy is also a plant. Keep the right balance for all awesome harmony. I agree with that. Gringo Poppy says, I'm trying to kick liquor. Need to stop. Was drinking vodka almost daily after work. Yeah, I mean, I literally have a beer every day. I have one. I have one beer. And it's usually kind of a reward for, you know, having a good day, working out. I always have it right after my workout. It's just, it is what it is. I'll never change it. Even though I know it's unhealthy for me, I love it. I love it too much. Seems like Sharon enjoyed the Dong song. Oh, I haven't even heard that one yet, Scotty. Absolutely. Hey, I didn't even see Sharon. Where did Sharon come from? Sharon, you're just lurking in the chats or what? Plastic said, I quit smoking and started vaping. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know which one's worse. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Limp Biscuit, yes. It all went to shit in 1971. Amen. Sharon B, there she is. She says, good morning, Mother Duckers. Mother Duckers. Good morning, Sharon B. 1971, yes. Boss smoked cigarettes 45 years, now vapes. He constantly coughing loud as shit. Coughing up. Oh, God, I don't want to read that. Get out of here. Yuck. Oh. No. Never. Beg to differ, Joy. I've mastered the tonsorial arts. Tonsorial arts. So, yes, I'm a master barber. Oh, there you go. Okay. So, you know, I say a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit. Some of it's accurate. Some of it's not. So, you're probably right. And it's good. It's good that you think of yourself like a master, because then you're more confident too. And that probably trickles into making you even a better barber. So, that's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point, my friend. Not a fan of the cold. I like the cold. I like the cold because it kills bugs. Fucking polar bears run. Yeah, no doubt. You don't want to run into a hungry polar bear. That's for sure. Cocaine is Sharon. Jenny, you good? Cocaine is Sharon. Jenny said, sorry, Sharon, I mixed up two chats. So I'm thinking she wanted to say Sharon, but also was in the middle of talking about cocaine, telling Jor cocaine is from a plant as well. True. But Jenny, here's the difference. Here's the difference. Because if you had cocaine, if you went to the bar here and somebody gave you cocaine, that's not from a plant. Maybe like one percentage of it is from a plant, but the rest of it is literally Clorox, bleach, meth, maybe some fentanyl. No thanks. I would consider doing cocaine if I was in Colombia and I knew exactly where it came from. I would probably do that. Or if I was like, 100 years old and had not much time left, I would probably do cocaine. But I would never, ever, ever, and haven't up until this point, 30 some years. I've never touched it. I have zero intention or desire to do it. It's just not worth the risk for me, man. It's like playing Russian roulette. It's that is one thing that I would confidently say to the Packer kids, which I'm sure Packer and Fanny do a very good job of themselves. But I would never touch cocaine. It's literally Russian roulette. I've had friends and family who are not here anymore because of that. So it's unfortunate because you're right, Jenny. It does come from a plant, but by the time it gets up your nose, it's only about 0.01% plant, and the rest is just straight chemical and danger. So yeah, I'll pass on that. But I mean, if you're 100 years old and you get a bad batch, had a good run. But I'm not risking that at my age right now. That's for sure. BitBilly says, hey, everyone, I'm downloading my Start9 node right now. Nice. Pretty exciting. I encourage everyone to run a node, support the network, own your sovereignty. Look at that. That's a good guy right there. That's a good guy. He's got some economic power, an economic node, and he's voting. That's what you're supposed to do in Bitcoin. And you shouldn't be telling anybody else what you should or shouldn't be running. Just my opinion. Jenny says, back to work. Okay. Nicotine plus caffeine equals protein. That is true. That is true. Cigars over cigarettes. Cigars are way better than cigarettes. Yeah, probably. If you don't inhale them, definitely would be. Cannot control if I smoke cigs. I can smoke more than one pack a day, and that's the reason I do Zyn, or occasionally smoke IQOS. I don't know what that is. But yeah, even Zyns are a little bit. I do like nicotine. I don't think I don't like Zyn though. Zyn's like the worst brand. If you've had anything other than, I probably have one around here. Somewhere. These are the ones that I actually like these. I don't think that they're like healthy for you, but these ones are good. These are my favorite one. It's called XQS. They're actually made in Sweden, I believe. Yeah, look at the font on it. So yeah, these ones are pretty good. I don't like Zyn. I don't like the taste of them. I don't like how they like kind of cut your gums. I like those ones. You can order them online. Those are XQS. They're from Sweden. Fancy. Ask myself that daily. What the fuck is Jor doing? Me too. Me too, Jenny. Leith is having a good time. Man, I need a nickname for you. That's way too hard of a word to say. Congrats, Jor. My dream too. I'm not built for employment. My father used to work for himself until 2019. Me, I tried it, didn't go well, but sure, I'll try it again and again and again. Yeah, I mean, what's the risk? That's the thing. That's what you got to ask yourself. What's the risk? If it fails, then you go back to what you're doing right now with probably some more experience and some lessons learned. Solar says, I sell cigarettes to children. They pay a ton. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Solar. He's joking. I think he's joking. Okay, we got some things to report here. So we had Jenny's memberships. Praetorian gave a membership. Let's see who can get it. If you're watching this on Rumble, wow, we got 50 people over in Rumble. All you got to do is put a comment in the chat and you're going to get a membership from Praetorian. Oh, so did Chuck. Holy cow, the boys and girls showed up today for Fat Zap Friday. That's for sure. So we got Chuck. With a membership, Chuck with a Fat Zap, and Chuck also with $2 who said, welcome, Mateo. So Chuck's membership went to Mateo. Love that. So yeah, if you're watching on Rumble, just say hello, and you're going to get a free membership over there from Praetorian. But that is the hat trick. That is a hat trick from our guy Chuck. Here we go. Hats and sunsets, Chuck. Thank you, my friend. And thank you, Praetorian. Looks like Captain also chipping in here. Said, like the live and the Bitcoin fairy might bless your stack. Ooh. Like the live and the Bitcoin fairy might bless your stack. I like that. The Bitcoin fairy. That's definitely what my kids are going to get. They're not going to get any fiat coins. They're going to be getting sats. Lose a tooth, 88 sats. Whatever it's worth. Could be worth 3 cents. Could be worth $88. That's what they're going to get. Matt FRL is here. Good morning, Matt. Says, I'm late today, or as my French teacher would say, I'm retarded. Hey, there's Mateo. He says, hey, out here now. Welcome, Mateo. I appreciate you joining, man. I really do. I know there's a little bit of friction there coming from YouTube or from Zapstream to get yourself an account, subscribe to the channel, show up, but it really helps me. And it doesn't cost you anything other than a couple minutes of your time, but I do really appreciate it. So thank you, Mateo. That is not unnoticed. By the way, did you know nicotine has its benefits? Like it helps for concentration, focus if you're sleep deprived, and if you didn't eat, you can work for longer. There you go. I didn't yet get what 21 Cab does. He sells hats. This is not one of them, unfortunately, but I do have some of his hats here. They're really nice hats. They look very similar to this. It's the same kind, just not the same logo. This is our King Golf logo. God, that's a nice logo. And this is our, or I should say Craig's baby. Bitcoin, the Citadel Vault. Oh God, every time I think of the Citadel Vault, it's a beautiful product. Beautiful. And a lot of people here are owners of the Citadel Vault. We don't have them yet, but hopefully in the next couple months, we will get our vaults and I can get my life together here. My life organized. Look at that. 51 people over in Rumble today. God bless you all. God bless. So there's Chucks. There's Praetorians. So yeah, if you're watching on Rumble, all you have to do is say hello and you get a free membership from Praetorian. Thank you, Praetorian. So Chuck had $2 and a membership there and a hat trick. Sat trick, I should say. Rumble on-chain tips are pretty funny, but awesome that they are figuring Bitcoin out. We are just living in the future. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that they have so much infrastructure there and talent, and they still didn't get it right. But I mean, it's still good. It's a signal in the right direction, I would say. Have you ever read Road to Serfdom? No. Steak fillet. Oh, gotcha. Steak fillet. Shameless plug from Solar Satoshis, which is orangepages.io/products. Where is this? Orangepages.io. Oh, I'll pin it there. There you go, Solar. I pinned it by accident, but I'll leave it there. Pinned on Rumble if anybody wants to check that out. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. The hell? What the hell? Where'd that go? Orangepages.io. It's a good name, Orange Pages. We've showed this one before. Solar's had this running for a while now, but great resource here. And there's no need to feel shame, man. This is what we do here. So this is a peer-to-peer public directory for things you can buy with your Bitcoins. Oh no, he changed it. This looks different now, Solar. This is Solar Run Community. Reach out to Solar Satoshis for support. Lightning Network donations appreciated. So you can buy, it looks like, BitAxe Fold. Oh, that's the mount. So you can buy a mount for your BitAxe or one for your Avalon Nano 3S unit. Nice. That's really cool. I might be buying one of those from you, Solar. That's cool. Oh, this is what I was looking for. That was the products. Okay, so those were Solo Satoshi's products that he has. A case and a stand for the miners. And then there's some businesses on here that accept Bitcoin that you can buy. This stuff is unbelievable. Great ghee is unbelievable. Clarified butter. I got to get more of that. It's just hard to get it to Canada. Fuck. God, man. If our government... Our life in Canada should be so good. Our life in Canada should be so good, even though the weather's shitty some days, most days. But man, we have so much here. So many resources, so many great people. Geographically, we got it never ends. The list doesn't end of how great Canada should be. It's just we have parasites in Ottawa whose main role is to fuck over the citizens. Make it as hard as possible for anybody to succeed. But yeah, if you're in the US, get yourself some of this great ghee. Tell them that Jor sent you. I don't have any affiliate links with them, but I am a very happy customer of great ghee. We got to get Jake on here. Oh, there he is, right there. Spoke too soon. 21 hats. So there's a question there from, who was that? Right here. There you go. Jake, you got to make yourself a website, man. You got to get yourself a website. You can spin one up pretty easily these days. Soap miner, also great. There's a guy in the community here, Ben. He's making soaps too, which hopefully we'll have some information on soon. He sent me some soaps, and I've been using it. I wanted to test it out before talking about it. And they're great. They are great. And I will be happy to promote his product. I'm a happy customer. Not really a customer, but happy user. I've completed my apprenticeship smoking 1 GR after work gram. Every day now I smoke maybe s'more once a year. What's a s'more? I don't know. I've had a hard time with that one. Now I'm going to say that means smoke once a year. Well, that's, if you used to do it every day, now you do it once a year. That's pretty impressive. Pretty typical for strong weed, feeling like your heart going to explode when you get too much. I remember genuinely feeling like my heart was failing. Absolute panic attack isn't for me anymore. Yeah, I don't know if that's what it was, though, because I didn't have that much. That was the thing. But I guess if I wasn't used to it, I don't know. Have some beer from China. The packaging is weird. If you want, I'll send you a pic. You can actually, on Zapstream, you can share a pic, or if you can post it onto like a hosting site and then share the link on Rumble. Okay, Ralph is here. I gotta get to the bottom of the chat here. I gotta miss a few. Sorry, folks. We just got too much happening right now. Too much stimulation for Jor. We haven't even got to the mempool. It is 11 o'clock here, and I have to go live with Maple in about less than 2 hours now. Okay. Other than 21 cap, how do you feel about Metaplanet strategy asked. Really like those. I don't like them. I'm a Bitcoin and self-custody kind of guy. I think that's the main thing that you need. I own some other ones. I actually was talking about Core Scientific the other day, which I'm probably going to buy some shares. I'm going to sell some of my other shares. I would never sell Bitcoin to buy shares, but I got an existing portfolio there from my fiat days, so I might do that. Snooze General. Oh yeah. That's a good one. I've used that one before. Agree, but Velo probably worsens in. Yeah, for sure it is. They're cheap too, I think. Unlike cigarettes, you cannot inhale cigars due to cigars being alkaline. Cigs are acidic and require lung inhalation for Oh, I didn't know that, Sin. I did not know that. If you inhale cigars, you are guaranteed a bad time in the throat and chest area. Pause. Oh, that's good. Look at this. Sharon B says, I ordered this morning chocolate tea from one company you had on the orange page. Look at that. Super excited. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Hopefully, Solar, you got some referral links on there, man. Hopefully. He's here. He's there. He's every effing where. Mateo. Jenny says we need 51 thumbs downs. She probably did lead the way. Click the logo. Okay, I figured it out. Are you pro or con Alberta joining the USA? I don't think Alberta is planning on joining the USA. They're going to be their own country. Solar says, visionaries, I made a post in school, but if any of you have businesses, you can fill out the form at the bottom of orangepages.io for a free listing on the site. Love that, man. Love that. Solar, let's start promoting that more. I want to be promoting that more on the website here or on the show. Let's get on it. Website is on my radar. Attaboy. Attabuy. Okay, let's check on the mempool. And then I should probably check on the zaps because there's probably people watching right now who sent in a zap and they're like, yo, Jor, what the hell, man? Give me some cred. You're giving cred to all these fiat zaps, but you're not giving the real stuff. You're right. So let's do that. Let's get to the mempool though. Let's see what's going on. If you ever need a lift in life, if you ever need to be feeling a little bit better, put on some Great Big Sea. Put on some Great Big Sea. They are a Canadian band from the East Coast. I don't know if they're from Newfoundland or Nova Scotia, but Great Big Sea. They got some good tunes. Good tunes, man. It's like the what's the music called on the East Coast? They have kitchen parties all the time there still, but what's it called? Anyways, so we are at the block height today. Foundry won the last block. It looks like we're falling behind again. We were ahead of schedule for a while, but looks like the hash rate has gone down a little bit. But it's all right. That's what it's there for. So Foundry 23 minutes ago, and notice that the next block, even though it could happen literally any minute now, it still says in approximately 10 minutes. Because that's how it works. That's the blockchain. But look at the fees. Whoever wins this block is going to get a nice little payout there. Some big fees in this one. Foundry was the winner, 958,432. It looks like we're a couple blocks behind, 7 blocks behind right now. It's taken 10.1 minutes per block on average, and we want it to be 10 minutes. So we're a little bit behind. If the adjustment happened today, we would have a downwards adjustment of 0.18%. But we still got quite a bit of time, 1,184 blocks. And I believe there's only 1.5 more difficulty adjustments until the mandatory activation happens with BIP 110. So that'll be really interesting. I think Forrest is going to do a live stream for that. I probably shouldn't be making promises that I can't cash, but it sounds like Forrest is going to be doing a live stream for the activation. So right now it's optional. People, if they want to, they can signal BIP 110, but at a certain block height, I forget what it is. It's in 1.5 difficulty adjustments. So it's not a specific day or time. It's based on the block height, but that's when it's mandatory. So for anybody who is going to be signaling BIP 110, activating it, you have to do it at that block. And it'll be interesting to see. It'll be historic. And so Forrest is going to stream it. I think that if it's in a normal time, I'll hop on there with him. I'm sure there'll be some more guys, maybe girls, who knows. But look at this. 2 pounds. Heck yeah. 2 pounds. I think that's pounds, right? Quid. I'm pretty well versed. I'm pretty well traveled. Actually, I didn't know that till like last year. I think it was Duncan who told me. Quid. 2 quid. Thank you. Cedar said, can I ask a dumb question? Is this the right place for dumb questions? Cedar, you know the answer to that. There literally is no dumb question in Bitcoin. That's a thing. That's the thing. There are no dumb questions in Bitcoin. So yeah, go ahead. Shoot away, man. Shoot away. We are at the Epoch 5. V for Victory. V for Visionaries. V for Vendetta. V for 5. V for 5. New block. There we go. Who got it? Who's the winner? How much they get? Foundry. They got a nice one there. They got 4.8 million sats in transaction fees, plus the subsidy for a total reward of 3.1734. So that is the subsidy right here. This changes every epoch. This number right here, the subsidy changes every epoch. It gets cut in half. So for epoch 6, it'll be 1.56 Bitcoin per block, and it will go down forever until the Bitcoin runs out. And this is all the Bitcoin that's left right there. Oh, 110 years plus. And that's all the Bitcoin that's left to be mined. That is wild. That is wild. That never doesn't make my jaw drop. That little part right there. That's all the Bitcoin that's left. So 20.05 million have been mined, which only leaves 0.95 million left, which is 950,000 Bitcoin. That's all that's left, my friends. So whatever you got right now, you're doing pretty good. Just make sure you learn how to protect that. The exchange rate today, you can get 1,574 sweet Satoshis. Sweet, beautiful Satoshis. Which means you can trade 1 unit of illusion for 1,574 units of reality. You can trade 1 unit of the worst money. Objectively, the worst money in human history. You can trade 1 of those units. 1. For 1,574 units of the world's best money, the best money we've ever had. Oh, what a trade. We call that one the deal of a lifetime around here, my friends. And hopefully people are taking advantage of that today. Should we do a little smash buy? It's 11:11. I'd say that's a good idea. It's 11:11 for me. Let's do a little smash buy for the deal of a lifetime. I got to take a quick flight back to Canada here. I'm still doing the dailies, though. I'm on day 3 today of my DCA. No fees, no spread. Oh, I lost my streak. What? 2 days? How did that happen? Okay, I'm gonna buy $8 worth today. Oh, look at this. Look at this. 11:11. Oh, so close. $8. It was 888, but it just changed last second. It was 8881. But there you go. So I just traded 8 units of shit. 8 units of absolute trash for 8,800 units of freedom. It's a pretty good trade. Look at that. Lots of 8s today. We're going crazy. We're going crazy. Pretty good trade. All right, what's Cedar's questions here? What kind of witchcraft are you doing to be able to be jamming to music? Was I jamming? 1 inch from a microphone and you hear it, but we don't. But we hear you. That's bothered me for a long time. I can't tell you all my secrets, man, but I'll give you a secret right here. Wild Ones. Put that song on, turn up the volume, crack a beer, and have yourself a Friday. Wild Ones. This is one of my favorite Kip Moore songs. It's just it's a good Friday song. Listen to this one today, Wild Ones, and let me know what you think. You can even take a break from the stream right now. I wouldn't mind. Take a break from the stream. Go listen to that song and tell me it's not the best song you've heard in a while. But yeah, I can't tell you that, man. I can't tell you that. Kachak is here. Good to see you, Kachak. Do you listen with headphones, Cedar? Yeah, it's voodoo magic. It's voodoo magic. Sometimes with an earbud, usually speaker, not a headphone guy, though. I agree. It's kind of spooky. I hear a lot more headphones, earbuds, but not music. Must be really low or filtered out somehow. I guess we'll never know. Oh, shit. I was looking at the zaps there. Sorry, folks. Oh, Steven Wilson now, too, man. We're buzzing here. Arn, we're buzzing. Doesn't care. Doesn't want to buzz with me, I guess. Sad. Okay, let's check on the zaps. Let's do a little wallet check here. It is Fat Zap Friday, so I got some high hopes going into this. Oh, look at this, Maria. Maria with a big one today. Maria with a double shot from Maria 10K. Thank you, Maria. That's a big one. Thank you, Maria. We had Sats and Sunsets with a big one. We had David T with a big one. Chuck with a big one. Letha with a big one. Sin with a Friday Sin Deezy zap, 1845. And he said, Buenos dias. Thank you, Sin. And Rizful shut down. Wild Ones by who? Kip Moore. Wild Ones. Kip Moore. The song starts with, we've been waiting all week. Been waiting on the weekend. It's Friday. It's a good Friday song. If I could play songs on the streams, I would play Fridays would be Wild Ones by Kip Moore. That's the song I would choose. Arnie is snoring, actually. Or at least breathing heavily. Arnie had too much weed. Although I think you actually can give you can give your pets CBD. I don't think you want to give them any THC, but you can give pets CBD. It actually helps their joints quite a bit, I believe. And if they're anxious, I think it helps with that as well. I don't know. Okay, so here's the fattest zap of the day so far. And it is from our guy, Mark. Mark with a Fat Friday zap, the Fat Friday version of the Mark zap. Ooh, that was a mouthful. Mark said, happy Friday, feeling good, life is good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Mark. That's the shit that I'm talking about, man. That's what I love hearing. Happy Friday, feeling good, life is good. Thank you, Mark, very much. So that was a triple shot with a little bit more on there. Thank you, Mark. We got a couple more here to report. We got a fatty from Sharon B. A Sharon B zap. Shot of espresso with a little bonus on top. A little Sharon B bonus. Sharon B. Thank you, Sharon, very much. Who sent that one? Oh, that was Duncan, I think. The triple or the sixes. Thank you, Duncan. And Sharon sent another one, 555. Thank you, Sharon. Moravian zap, 1488. I don't know who that was from. 1488. Nobody claimed that one. 1488. And then we had Scotty Boy and Mateo. Mateo with a nice zap of 888. 888. Thank you, Mateo. Appreciate that, buddy. So Mateo, underrated today. Mateo sent in a zap. He joined us over in Rumble, and that's a good guy right there. So we got 50 people in Rumble right now, and we got 23 likes. So less than half the people here are watching, but not enjoying. Sad. Sad. Kachuk said, traded 200 units of trash for a much needed headphone upgrade. Got to treat yourself to stay sane in this crazy world. Still stacking though. Yeah, man, that's right. That's absolutely right. That is absolutely right. You have to. You can't just stack. You know, as much as I love and as much as I have stacked, you just gotta live yourself. You gotta live your life, man. Because number one, time short. Number two, I'm guessing, this is sad to say, but I'm guessing that a large percentage of the people watching this stream right now and later, if something happened to them tomorrow, their family probably wouldn't even be able to access their Bitcoin. So it's like, yes, you want to stack, but you also want to make sure that your family can get access to it, because life is very unexpected, very unexpected. And you can always get a hardware wallet. You can always add a passphrase. You can always reassemble your private keys and disperse them, distribute them. You can always do that. You can always set up a multi-sig. You can always do that until you can't. Until you can't. You can always do it until you can't. And it's a sad reality, but I'm doing my best here to talk about it a lot. And we have the solution for it, which is the Citadel Vault. It is made for inheritance, and it is going to be a very, very valuable tool for the Bitcoiners. But the third one is like your kids, their kids, their kids. They're not going to need that much Bitcoin. They're just not. Mathematically, they're not going to need that much Bitcoin. So don't spend your whole life stacking. You got to enjoy yourself. And also, you also have to consider that the people who give a lot of wealth and money to their kids usually don't turn out too well. So it's very noble. It's a very noble thought to have, is like, I want to stack as much Bitcoin so I can leave it to my kids. It's very noble, but also understand that nothing good has ever come from people getting things for nothing. So you don't need as much as you think, and you shouldn't give them as much as you want to give them. That's just my advice. And the cool thing with the vault is you can actually use a time lock on it. So you can put things in place to make sure that they don't spend it too quickly. But you also have to enjoy yourself, man. Like you got to look after yourself. Like I said, it's a noble thing. It's something that runs through my brain every day, and I don't even have kids yet, so I understand it. But you also have to understand how precious your own time is. And that's really the only thing that matters. Really. It's a little bit selfish to say that, but that is the truth. You got to look after yourself, man. Your quality of life, your quality of food, and the relationships you have with other people. And you're not going to need as much Bitcoin as you think. Sunday, I go skydiving. Nice. That is awesome. Good luck, man. I hope it goes good. I don't think I could ever do that. I'm not a big heights guy. I can get up on the roof. That's about it. I don't like things outside of that. Okay, we got a zap here from Cedar Sats. He sent in almost boobs, but he said you don't have to say tits. Cedar Sats. So he sent one sat short of a row of boobs, but said you don't have to say tits. Oh, thank you. So that was what would you even call those? I don't know. I don't have a name for that one. 3332. Thank you, Cedar. To Arnie Boy. Arnie Boy, Cedar sent you some sats. Say thank you. Say thanks. Oh my God. If that's not a literal angel from heaven, I don't know what could be. I don't. Jenny said, it's a good thing I didn't have any two-leg children. Yeah, how's Nico going to get your inheritance, Jenny? What are you going to do with that? I'm sure Jenny has a plan. She'll give it to freaking she'll put it to good use. I know that for a fact. Sharon B said, "You can adopt me, Jen." Yeah, me too, Jenny. I wouldn't oppose to that. Go buy Arnie some munchies. Okay. Thank you, Cedar. Appreciate that, man. What else did I want to show? So we got the mempool, we got the time chain. I wanted to check out Promo because there was oh yeah, this is it. Man, this has been a good day so far. Thank you, everybody. Last week, I'm pretty sure on Friday, we had a full page. Yeah, we did. A full page of stuff going on. So thank you, everybody, for showing up on Fridays. I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so let's check this out. I got a couple posts I wanted to share here. Speaking of Arnie, look at that fella. Look at that fellow. Okay, so number one here, I wanted to share this Beck and Bolo. I know I've talked about them a couple times, but they're in the US and they're selling high quality food. They got beef and apparently they got fish even. King salmon. Look at that. So you can order on Noster 20% off, 28,000 sats and fast shipping. Wow. God, I wish I was in the US. I might be soon. Actually, one of the things I was thinking about last night on my way home was I had a couple ideas brewing. I actually looked into Madeira, Portugal earlier in the week for a spot to potentially live or at least spend some time during the year. But it was weird. I actually had a conversation with AI about doing it, and they gave me a lot of good information. But in the UK, apparently, to bring a dog or a pet, I think I mentioned this to you guys, but maybe not. Maybe it was on Noster. But you actually need to put a microchip in your pet in the UK. What's that about? I guess it's a way to track the shots and stuff that they've had. So it's unfortunate. I guess Arnie's going to cock block us from moving to Madeira. I really wanted to do that for at least a couple months a year. But you have to put a microchip in them? No, thank you. What's that about, UK? I think it's a EU thing. Fucking European Union. What a just group of idiots, man. What a group of idiots. Okay, this was the Solar said, "Thanks for the motivation to update the site today. Gonna add more stuff." Good man. Yeah, let's get that humming on here, Solar. Let's get that website promoted more on the show here. I would like to do that. I really would. And you don't have to pay me. Well, I mean, you do it for free, so I'll do it for free, and we can figure out something. This post here, Elliot on Twitter said, "Maybe it's just the Gen Z in me, but how did people actually burn CDs? Did you just buy a blank disc and somehow put songs onto it?" What? And the post on Nostra was, "Are you feeling old?" Oh man, I used to burn so many CDs. I still have a lot of them too. I'll pull them out one day and find some good songs. But yeah, those were the days, man. This is a good post here from UTXO, the webmaster. He said, "Bitcoiner 1, hey, I don't think it's a good solution to our problem." Talking about BIP 110. "I don't think it's a good solution to our problem." Bitcoiner 2, so I guess you support pedophiles then. Pretty accurate. That's where we are right now in Bitcoin. And I love this post from Gigi. This is kind of what inspired the show today. It says, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. And it is. And, I would encourage people here. I would encourage anybody out there who's listening to the show. You don't need a full garden. I think that's what trips a lot of people up. Even the conversations we've been having this week of like, instead of spending an hour at night watching Netflix, do something with that time. Utilize that time. Make yourself better. Make yourself more valuable. Dig into some subjects that interest you. And the world's going to reward you for that over the long term. And the other thing that I didn't mention is like, you don't have to do it at night either. Like, I get it. There's a lot of days where I eat supper and I don't want to do anything else. I just want to relax. I get it. So you could do that in the morning too. And that's kind of what I was talking about before too, is like, I could have started the show about half an hour earlier today. But I don't like giving up my mornings. Those are very precious to me because they're important in my daily flow. My mornings are very important to me. And honestly, that was the big thing. I also kind of talked about, not having a job in the last 5 years and the difficulties of that. But the one thing that really changed the direction for me was when I started waking up earlier. So for about a year, probably after I quit my job, I would just sleep in because, I had stuff to do, but it wasn't a real rush. So I got it done, but I was pretty much doing like the bare minimum. So I would wake up at like 8, 8:30, 9, have some breakfast. It'd be like noon by the time I did anything. And it was horrible. So I started waking up at 6 for the next, ever since then, I've been getting up at 6 a.m. Other than Fridays, I sleep in for about an extra hour, half hour sometimes. But that was a big one for me. So then you spend a couple hours in the morning working on yourself, and you would be amazed of what that turns into over time. But it's not something you don't have to spend 2 hours. You don't even have to do a full hour. You just have to do something that's going to make a fork in the road for you versus the current version of yourself. If you want to, if you want to do this, it's not, I think everybody should do it, but not everybody's going to. But that's the same kind of thing here. Is like, you don't have to have a big garden. You don't need a full yard. I know a lot of people live in cities. They don't have the ability to grow a garden. But, you can do something. You can put a tomato plant on your balcony. You can do anything. You just have to take a little bit of, and I think that's what trips a lot of people up, is they think that they have to do an hour a day, or they have to go to the gym 5 days a week, or they have to have a full garden. It's not the case. It's not the case. 1 is better than 0. 1 is better than 0. 2 is better than 1. 2 is 1, 1 is none, but also that in certain contexts, 1 is better than none. Just take a step. I watched a video yesterday from one of my childhood, I don't know if I'd call him a hero, but he was a guy that I watched quite a bit with Jackass. Chris Pontius, party boy, wild boy. Chris Pontius, he always pops up on my Instagram these days because he turned 52 years old the other day. And he's ripped, man. He's jacked. I don't know how he was the only one from Jackass that kind of got out of that, maybe in a better place than where he was before. But that was his advice that he said. He said, if there's days where you don't feel like working out or you don't think you can do it, just do one. Do one rep. Do one push-up. Walk for 1 minute. And by the time you start doing it, you're in motion. You're not going to stop. And I just think that that's such good advice, such powerful advice that is so easy to do. It's just people, there's so much friction that they think they have to do 100 push-ups, or otherwise it's a waste of time. No, 1 is better than 0 in all situations as it relates to doing something. So I love this. And, that's kind of what inspired the show today. The title is Leaving the World a Better Place Than I Found It. And I just think that this is so important. It's such a good mentality to carry around. And it's not hard either. Like just everything that you do, every room you go into, every place you visit, everything that you do, just leave it in a better place than it was. It's not complicated. And a couple examples of this, and this is kind of weird. It's a little bit weird, but that's okay. I'll give you a couple examples of what I'm talking about here. So number 1 would be planting a garden. You're going to put better food, whatever plants you get from that specific plant, whatever food you get from that plant, it's going to be healthier for you than you would have otherwise consumed. So that's a good thing. A little bit better. You know, plants are good for the world. Another example is in golf. Every time I step onto a green, I try to fix at least 1, 2, 3 ball marks. You know, it's one of the problems that golf courses have is like people are so fucking lazy that their ball hits the green and they just don't fix it. So every green that I step into, I always fix my own ball marks, but I also do like 1 or 2 more because I want the course to be good. Even if it's not my home course, I want the course to be good. I want the course to succeed. I want people to go out because, you know, the flip side of that is just walking by it. And then the course has to hire people to fix it. And then that costs money. So then they have to raise the membership costs and the green fees. So it's just like a constant flow of things that you can do that add up to something, even though it doesn't seem like much. Another one, this is the weird thing I was talking about, is I'll go into like a public bathroom, like a gas station or the golf course or wherever. And I always make a point to like clean it up a little bit. Like if there's something on the seat, just take a fucking piece of paper towel and wash it. I know that's kind of gross, but at the same time, then you wash your hands and you leave, and it's a better place than it was before that. And I just think that if everybody had that, or if more people had that kind of mentality, the world would be a better place tomorrow. We wouldn't have to wait for anything. You know what I mean? I think that that's what the biggest problem right now in the world is, that there's a lot of people who know that things are pretty fucked up, but they're waiting for somebody else to do something about it. They're waiting for their political party to get into power. They're waiting for their guy to become the president or prime minister. They're waiting. They're waiting for the military to do something, to make some arrests, or the police to do something. The reality is that they're not going to, and they shouldn't. Life is all about personal responsibility. And so you can't do anything about that. You can't decide who the president is. You can't decide what policies they write. But you can do is the little things throughout your days. And those compound, that adds up. Believe it or not, that shit does add up. And I just love that mentality. I think it's important. And again, I'm not perfect, but I am. I'm trying to make a concerted effort to leaving things in better condition than when I found it. And I think that that's, we as Bitcoiners, we have the ability to do that. We get this thing right, man. You have no idea what kind of impact this is going to have on our future. And you can stack all the sats you want and leave it to your kids. But if that's all you're doing, you're not really helping too much. And the difference there is I think we can actually exert more energy towards the Bitcoin network versus our own personal stacks. You know what I mean? Because that's really the most important part here, to me anyways. Obviously, you want your kids to be financially free, and that's what you're using Bitcoin for. But man, well, we got an opportunity here. And I really hope we don't fuck it up. But that's the thing, is just do your best. Do your best. You're not going to be perfect. You don't have to be. Just keep stepping in the right direction, and over time it'll be it'll add up. Look at that. Love this. People should stop this. It's despicable. I love that. I saw this picture this morning and I absolutely love that. Didn't just knock it down, but decide to put an American flag on it instead. Hell yeah. But yeah, people should definitely not do that. That's a crime. That's a crime. Do not do that. Man, we forgot to tell Nostra that we were live today. Frick. Oh, well, I got to go. I got to get out of here, my friends. I got to get out of here. Look at this. Andre, my man. Andre left $5 over on Rumble. Thank you, Andre. And he said to multiple streams of income. Heck yeah. To multiple streams of income. I appreciate that, Andre. So Andre had a, where did I see Andre before? Did Andre have a big zap? No. Oh, he was in the chat. Okay, never mind. Thank you, Andre. I appreciate that. Okay, so we got What do we have going on here? Japan does it too. Oh, the chipping, really? Cedar says the people of the UK will soon be required to be microchipped. I'm not heading there. Yeah, you're probably right. Based on the trend. It helps track who the pet belongs to if they should get lost. I agree. I'm sure that is just gateway drug to more surveillance. I think it also tracks their medical history. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like if people want to put microchips and do that kind of stuff, then they can do it. But the dog, the cat, the pet doesn't have any ability to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be putting this thing inside of my body. So I'm not going to be the one who does that to him. Grow some lettuce. Yeah, no doubt. Grow some heavenly lettuce. People call it the devil's lettuce, but I don't think that's what it is. Cheap grow tent and grow light on Amazon. I do that every winter. Basically free and fresh romaine lettuce, green onions, tiny Tim tomatoes, mini sweet bell peppers. It's healthy, fun, and easy. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Cheap grow tent. I should do that this winter, actually, Cedar. That's a good idea, man. So you get lettuce, onions, tomatoes, and bell peppers. Damn. My dad was doing that for a while too. I don't know how his garden turned out though. I don't think Mom was a big fan of it, so I don't think it lasted very long. But that's interesting. Grow Life on Amazon. Cedar, if you get a chance, send me some info on that. I want to do that this winter. I do hit the green from time to time, Scotty boy. Scotty, I don't know if you were here at the start of the show, but I said I shot even par last night at the course. And it's a hard course, man. I played that course so many times in my life, and it always eats me up. Always did. Up until this year, I had like my best round ever there. The first round we played there. And then 2 weeks ago, I had an even better round. I think it was 75. And then last night was my best ever, 72. I was dialed, man. Golfers always say it should have been lower, but it seriously should have. I didn't make one birdie putt other than my gimme birdie. And I had a lot of chances. Sin said, had Chris Pontius on our podcast a few years back talking about his fitness regimen. Wow. Really? He's good friends with my podcast co-host. Okay, well, you got to tell us where to find that, Sin. Bitcoin Nurse TBN's here. He says, hey, friends, it's exactly the message I needed to hear today after a long, very hard week. Thanks, Jor. Cheers, buddy. That's literally why we do this show. That is literally why we do this show. And I talk as if I'm telling it to you, but I'm also just telling it to myself. This is all reminders to myself because when you speak it out loud, it becomes more real, I guess. So I appreciate that, Bitcoin Nurse. Good to see you, man. Didn't know you had a podcast, and cool. Are you allowed to put in comments? What's it called? I'll subscribe. Kev said, I try to do the same. It's common courtesy. Problem is that it's not that common. I know. Everybody's looking for the podcast here. Here we go. There we go. I wonder if I could share that with YouTube. Actually, no, that's a good. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for being here, number one. But head over to Rumble and you can find the podcast that Sin had with Pontius. I'm going to watch that today. I might even watch it right after the show today. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. So it says Chris Pontius of the series and movie Jackass joins us to discuss training with kettlebells. Yeah, he's a big kettlebell guy. Whoa, Zapstream just shut down. Error 1101. What the fuck is this? I've never seen that before. What is this? Oh, we're back. We are back. What's this song? Sounds like Fitty. Oh, what a tune. PIMP. I don't know what you heard about me. But a bitch can't get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. That's a song. That's a song. Okay, thanks, Sin. Thanks for sharing that. I got to bookmark that. Live Life Aggressively podcast. It's on Apple and Spotify. I've been around since 2013. We don't do as many episodes lately, about 350. Damn, that's cool, Sin. How come you never shared this with us before? I never knew this. I haven't shot low 70s in years. I mean, it ain't easy. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Paradigm. Good to see you, man. Good morning. Okay, we got 45 people over on Rumble. This is your last chance to help me out a little bit here for today. Your last chance. Say hello. Put a little emoji in the chat. Put a duck. Put a heart. Put a pumpkin. Put whatever you want in there. I don't care. But let us know that you're here so Rumble can give me a little check mark there for my requirements. I would really appreciate it. Okay, that's it. We got our Maple stream happening. Arnie, the Maple stream starts in an hour and 17 minutes. We got to get a shit together here because I got to set up the stream still. Okay, so big thanks to everybody. I do appreciate it. Somebody sent in 500 sats too. I don't know where that came from, but thank you. I do appreciate it. Since says Jor rapping PIMP, definitely not on my bingo card. What? Sin, you know me, man. You know me. I'm cultured. I grew up listening to rap, switched to country later, and now I have a mixture of both. I'd say country, rap, rock, CCR, no, CRR, Kerr, or CRC, RCC, country, rock, rap. I should have said the last part there too, though. That would have really set people off. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, this is it's spam, but it counts. I'll take spam. We'll even put it up on the screen for you. Join Casino Hunters. Get $120 for free. The fuck? Oh, mom and dad are on the golf cart driving over here. Okay, I got to go. What is going on? Join Casino Hunters and get $120 for free. CasinoHunters.cc. And it looks like Praetorian's membership went to... that's okay. I mean, I would have got credit for it either way. But anyways. Rock, country, rap. See, we're not too different, Sin. I think everybody could have guessed that. DJ White Chocolate. Okay, so I want to give a couple big shout outs to our guys, Chuck and Sats and Sunsets. They had the Satoshi hat tricks today. So those big shout out to them. We had the biggest zap of the day today was from Mark on this Fat Zap Friday, this beautiful Fat Zap Friday. We had zaps from Sats and Sunsets, David T, Chuck, Letha the Icon, Duncan, Sats and Sunsets with a membership, Moro 21 with a Fiat zap, Sats and Sunsets with a Fiat zap, Moravian with a Moravian zap, Jenny with a couple Membies, Praetorian with a Memby, Chuck to complete his Sat trick, a Fiat zap and a Memby. We had Maria 10K today. Maria 10K, that's what her name is today. We had Sharon B with a couple zaps, Mark with the big one, the biggest of the day so far, and Andre. And we can't forget Cedar Sats, who also sent some to our Rescue Dog Fund. And Bill from yesterday as well. So that's it. That's all, my friends. Hopefully you're not too tired of my voice today because we're going to be live on P to the I to the M to the P. The bot got the Memby. That's okay. Yes, I appreciate it, you guys and girls. So let's, Robert says, have a good weekend, everybody. I would second that. Have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love, for the support, and for allowing me to keep doing this stuff. pretty cool. And I really do believe we're making, even if it's a small difference in the world here, I do believe that we are making a difference. So it is powered by you. It is fueled by you. And I'll keep showing up here. I will keep showing up here. Sorry, Kachak. What did I miss there? He said Jor. I didn't see the other part of this. Yeah, it's Friday, baby. I'm full of surprises. That's what you got to keep it fun here. You got to keep it interesting. Sharon said, I want a Jor bingo card. Yeah, that would be, you could probably make it pretty easily. I do say some random stuff, but most stuff is usually the same. Said differently, but that's key, man. You got to say it in different ways. So I hate leaving a stream when there's 50 people on Rumble watching, but I got to go. So thanks, everybody. Have yourselves an amazing weekend. Stop by for the Maple stream in an hour and 12 minutes from now. And I appreciate you all. We'll do a raid next week. We got some time still, so we'll leave it today. Have a great day, everybody. Or should we raid? Should we raid? It's free to do. It's quick to do. Let's do a quick raid. Not even for the requirements, just to help other people out. Get people exposed to some other channels here on Rumble. Haley's back on. We raided Haley. She didn't give us a shout out yesterday, so we're done with her. Oh my God. Cultivate Crypto has more people watching on Rumble than us. Cultivate Crypto, talking about the Clarity Act. They got more viewers than we do. That is sad. Oh, well. We're trying. We're doing our best here. Oh, Sin, you'll like this one. You'll like this song. There's Badlands. Okay, let's watch this. The Choice. Good. That's where we're going. Sin, what about this song? Growing Pains. Luda. Oh, this is a good song, man. That's a good song. I absolutely love that one. Okay, let's go raid Badlands. They're talking about The Choice. I like this one. I don't know if they just do it Fridays or not, but Robert said, don't forget the British Open. I know. I'm going to have some early mornings here this weekend watching the British Open. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Have yourselves a great Friday. And I love you all. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Come say hi over on Badland stream.